Hi everybody, it's Julie and I am here with my flip through of my happiness journal that I have made entirely from junk or trash or this is for the Just Junk Journal Challenge, and this is my journal and my mini journal companion to go with it, and I made it along the parameters of the Just Junk Journal Challenge. You can find the details for that challenge. It goes through January 30th, 2019. You can find the details in the video below. And also join us at our Just Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group and see all the wonderful journals that are being made for this challenge. Everything from the very simple to the very elaborate. And I went a little, well, you know how I do things. I over-decorate anyway. I'm a member of Over-Decorators Anonymous. And so this is my journal, and I made it for myself, and it's my happiness journal, and I want to put things in here that make me happy, whether they be quotes, fun things that I find in magazines and in my world. So you'll find it's very bright, very cheery, and somebody said it looks like a fiesta. It's pretty fun. So I chose for my piece of discarded clothing, I had this scarf, and so you'll see pieces of the scarf throughout. For my punch, I chose this punch. I was able to use this for a hole, and then you'll see the flowers that I've used throughout. So that was my one punch. This was my binding thread, and whatever your binding thread was, you were able to use it all through your journal. And this was the stamp I chose. You were able to use one stamp and one stamp pad. I chose this bright yellow pen, and you were able to use one writing pen. And yes, it could have two ends. It could be one of those that clip down and have all the different colors. You were able to use one pen. Scissors, a binding kit, so you had your binding thread, your needles, your clips, and then you were able to also use your clips once you've did the binding of your book. You could use them in. You could use one piece of jewelry. I chose this one broken earring, and I made this stangle here that is attached to this bookmark. You'll see that I finger crocheted, and made this and used it several other places throughout. And then you got to use 6 other little things, and so I have 6 eyelets and buttons and a variety of that type of thing that I used through the journal. So here we go. Here's my flip through. Remember, everything here was made from junk, from trash. You also could use one magazine and one calendar. And so I did use a Women's First or something like that magazine. And this cover here is made from my calendar. It was called Colorful World. It was a 2018 calendar. We had it hanging in our shack. And as a matter of fact, it never even got changed from the page from when I had put it up. But anyway, it's out of date, and so it was trash, and so I was able to use it here. So basically, I've used packaging, all different kinds of packaging. I'm going to go through and tell you what I have used, and then there are videos of me making the various stages of this journal. And the whole idea behind this was I've had several people tell me I would love to make a journal, but I just don't have the means, the funds to be able to go out and to buy things like other people are able to buy things. And so this was my way of putting it out there, and not just in the way that I do things, but putting it out there and showing all these different ways that you can use junk. And I think we have over 40 finished journals already in the Junk Journal Challenge, Just Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group. And they haven't, and many of them have made 2 and 3 and 4 journals. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So sit back, get your coffee, check it out. If you like things like this, you like challenges, we have a fabric challenge coming up in February. And the details for that will come out either Monday or Tuesday, because I have company coming and I can't answer questions over the weekend. So anyway, here we go. So like I said, my cover, I did it in a traveler's notebook style. I love this size. And so I just thought it was fun, and this was perfect. It was the size of this calendar. So right here, the happy came from the front of my the magazine, and you can see several. There is a video using magazines, and I'll put the links to all the videos of me making this, and a couple of them are live and they're long. But that's okay. Okay, so you open it up, and here, this is another page from the calendar. This was cut out of the magazine. This is from the scarf. We have my favorite number is 8, and that was a lottery ticket. This is from the calendar. This is the back of the page from the calendar. And then we have a few cards in here. So this is my new business card, and it got wet, so I went ahead and put it in here. I have this card here that was made from packaging, and I backed it with some other packaging that had lines on it. And the rainbow from the Polaroid paper. This was an identification from a wallet or a purse or something, and it was in my trash bin. You'll see these all throughout, and they were from an egg dyeing kit, an inspiration egg dyeing kit. And you can check out, there is a video of all the things that I chose that I was going to use in here. Then I made this one of my little paper pockets, and it has all the address information on it as well. So it goes right here. You'll see I've used staples a lot because a lot of the papers were very shiny and hard to get things to glue to. So the next page, I've added some tissue paper and some crepe paper. These were scraps from a couple of things. This was left over from a party. It was just a short piece, and I had put it into the bin, and these were from Christmas and from Happy Mail, actually. Things were wrapped in those in Happy Mail. And from the scarf. This was a coloring page from the magazine, and these little tabs, and everywhere you see this was the backing from the mushroom notepads that I got that are going to be in the upcoming fairy kit. Here we have this adorable pink kitty with the pull tag from the ink. It is a children's writing notepad. It was the front of it, and it was kind of part of the inspiration for this book because, you know, we have the new kitty. So here we have a dog and a really skinny blonde lady walking the dog. But I love this picture. So again, this is my happiness journal. It's just things that make me happy. So I used a Celebrate It tag and added one of the pieces from the calendar to the front. I did some more finger crocheting and made a trim for the tag and added some packaging to the back. This says feel good file, and so I made a little, it's glued at the top somehow, but it's just a little file to put things in that make me feel good. And then I turned this into a pocket. So we missed a couple pages here. So this is the back of the big pocket, and it's the lanterns from the calendar, and a sunny outlook with the daisy and some lines to write. Here's the back. It's been stamped on the border. I've left this because I'm figuring I'm going to find something that I'm going to still want to glue in here. These copy paper pages, you'll see they just have the blue. I ran out of black ink, and I was printing stuff for research for a speech I was doing, and all 20 pages, and all that came out was where the websites were. So those were the copy pages I was able to use. So here is a little tag that I've collaged. I did a lot of collaging. This is from the Imagine is from the egg carton, because the egg carton came with stickers. And this was the advertisement for the stickers. We have one of the pink tags, some more of that rainbow paper, one of the punched out daisies, and I colored in the yellow center. Here this is stamped, and this is part of the children's notebook paper, and I backed it with some white paper. I made an envelope out of one of the collage pages or calendar pages, and I didn't close it up, so I can write in here, or if I choose to close it up at a later date, I can do that. So that just holds here. Then we have this You Create, that also came from the children's paper. And then I made this dress. This was what I was doing when the live video yesterday, yesterday stopped. But I made my little fiesta dress on this trim package. I just thought it was fun. And I made a little necklace out of one of the eyelets. It was just fun. So we'll go ahead and put, this is one of my binding clips. Then we have this cake page. I just thought it was cool. And we have another place that I can come in and put a picture. More packaging. This is a sticker from the Habitat for Humanity. Here's another one of the stickers that my dad had given me. So, there we go. He was throwing them away, so that made it work. So we have a tab here, another one of the calendar pages, and I flipped it up and made a pocket. Here we have some In Bloom packaging, and I just used the scarf to make the tag. And this little one is really special. This side has September 11th with a waving flag stamp that I folded. And then this side has the daisy, and this is some Project Life packaging and a piece of the calendar. And so put that either way. And here we have some packaging we could put. I don't even have like anything left. Okay, there's that. So it could go there. It's part of the Irish Spring box. This was packaging from the Gemini that I just got, and I just put a couple of the pictures from the magazine here. Here's some stamping on the side, and then I came back and colored it in. And I also throughout have taken my yellow pen and colored on some bubble wrap and put that in, so it's kind of a stencil. Here's the negative of a cherry sticker page, and you'll see a bunch of different things that I did with this. It says, "You deserve a break." And another one of the stickers, isn't he cute, from the Habitat for Humanity stickers. I have this, and it was a writing pad packaging. I just added some of the rainbow to the top. This little packaging here, something came in this packaging. I'm trying to remember what. And it already had, this was already folded down, so that's why it's folded down in the book. I love it because it matches so good. Then we have another one of the little squares from the calendar. It's on an Irish spring box, and we've got some cherries on the back. We have another part of the calendar. Not to show you, it was the colorful world. I love this. It's funny, it says colorful world, but it always reminds me of the song What a Wonderful World This Would Be. This was an envelope, and it was stamped, Please Do Not Bend. Here's another one of the egg stickers, or egg things that I made. I made this little pull-out. It's from a Hampton Arts stamp package, which reminds me, Stamp Away Saturday will be coming back the second weekend in February. Okay, our daughter will be here the first weekend, so I won't be doing it until the second week. But Stamp Away Saturday is coming back, and so it's kind of fun showing you how to use different stamping techniques, and I give away a stamp set. So yeah, so there we go, and there's the back side. We can just write on it. Here we have one of those cards from Starbucks, and I thought it was fun to add the smile. This was from the egg carton, or the egg die. Here's the punched out daisy, and I just colored in the yellow. Here's another one of the Project Life pieces, and I had stamped on it, and then on the back I added a couple pages to write. Here, oh my God, excuse me, I made tags out of the calendar, and I love them. They turned out so cool. And I just collaged up here at the top. And here's a stamp from Canada. This came in something I bought from eBay. Good Times, and a tab here made from the scarf. Here I've gone ahead and, and then there's writing space behind there we can write. Okay, so here I've stamped on the edge. I've stamped on the corner up here, added some bubble wrap, and then I used some corrugated cardboard, and I added some lines to this page. The Good Times came out of the magazine. This was one of the cutoffs from the calendar, and the word beautiful from the magazine. Here, this is from the calendar, and I made a pocket, and inside the little pocket is this, and I just thought this was cool. It was on the packaging for something. And I cut out the keep this coupon from a ticket, and the daisy and the pull tab there. And then for this tab, I have the California Grown, and this came off flowers that I did a wedding in September. Oh my gosh, this was so neat. This was in the magazine, and I just cut it out, and I backed it with some calendar so that it was a little thicker, and just put it right in here. We have this page. I can write. I can add something. Same up here. Please do not bend. This came from the envelope. I was using all the pieces just like I usually do. Here we have stamped at the edge, some bubble wrap stenciling. Here I stamped at the edge, but I did it at an angle, and so we missed coloring in the daisies. So I just come in and color in the centers of the daisies with my yellow pen. Yeah. Okay, so here it says Delights. That came out of the magazine. You'll see that the cupcakes are all throughout. And here is the recipe for the cupcakes. So I thought they were cute, and I thought it was a fun way to add something in. I love this page. We have hot air balloons come off and on and land where I live in the desert. You know, of course, where we are, it's pretty flat. And so it's just, I love to see them. I love to hear them. As long as I know they're there, because if you hear them, it's like having Darth Vader going over your house. It's it's kind of scary. I love this. Life is Calling, and I cut it in a wavy angle because there was other words above it, and I wanted to show that you don't have to go just straight. You can cut it wavy. So this is here. This is a lottery ticket, and yes, it did not win, but my husband surprises me. I love lottery tickets. I love to gamble. And I love lottery tickets, and every once in a while he'll come home with a lottery ticket, and he came home with one yesterday, and It Takes Two. He usually gets me the dollar ones, but I think he liked the It Takes Two. And it didn't win, but it makes me smile. Sometimes he'll give me the lottery ticket. I don't usually do them right away. I did this one because I was excited. I had never played this one before. Sometimes I'll keep them for like a month before I'll scratch them, and he thinks that's so funny. But I went ahead and I stuck it in here because it does make me happy. It makes me happy that he thinks of me and he brings me this little treat. And I love that one said It Takes Two. So I just threw it in this pocket in the center. So here's the bookmark that I made. And down at the bottom, I added, I just tied it in a knot. And it can come off, but I ended up really liking the way it looked here. And for the center of the signatures, I added an eyelet and a button. Those were part of my 6 items. And I added them. Here's a tab here. And then you turn it over, and I made a pocket. Now I used the ATG gun to put this in, or staples for all of the scarves. So here is, I've stamped on some of the calendar, added some of that Polaroid the packaging from the Polaroid paper. It's done. It's gone. Daisy, a leaf, and the word dream. Again, all punched out of things. Then this pocket is made from that, the envelope that we saw earlier. Here we have some packaging with a calendar image and just a piece of the scarf. I love this. Grace, your daily dose of hope. I backed it with white paper. This is one of the Gemini packages, because with the Gemini that I bought, I got some really nice, very nice. Actually, what I did was, the reason I let myself buy the Gemini is I had a couple of die sets in my cart, and I put the die sets back, and because I got dies with my Gemini, and the thing is the cranking hurts my thumb and it hurts my arm. So I've been wanting one of the die machines that is electronic. So I got one. I still have my Cuttlebug. So you'll see I used kind of a circle theme throughout. And so here were these great circles in the magazine. So I have the popcorn on one side and the rainbow on the other. And these stir up some really happy memories. So I probably will write about those here just because. Here's one of the flowers that when I cut out Joan London's yellow dress from the magazine, that was one of the punches. And here's another one of the eggs that I turned into a daisy by using the punch over the egg, and the blue looks like petals. Here's, it's stamped and colored. I made a belly band. It goes all the way off the top out of the rainbow stuff from the Polaroid paper. We have the yellow flowers in the back. Those are from Joan London's dress. The green is from some green area in the magazine, and then I cut out the white flowers. I think the backs of these are the purple, yeah, from the Gemini. And then I colored in the centers, added the word live. We have a Goodwill tag with some hemp string, and we have another tag that I made and collaged out of the children's writing book pad. And here's another tab made out of the scarf, and Jesus Never Stops Loving You. I added that here. This came out of the magazine. So here's the other side of the rainbow page, and it's on the calendar with the cool bathhouses, and this beautiful tag image from from the calendar, and it is backed onto one of the Gemini papers. There's some of that yellow crepe paper and a little bit of that. So you can see that the collaging just really added to it. Having these big colorful tags was really fun and beautiful. Here's a little tag or paper clip that I made out of one of the tags from Scrapbooking Made Simple from the Shop Did Not Hop, from her sale in the summer. And I got to go and I saved my tags, and this is one of the tags, and then I've just covered it with the beautiful image from the calendar, and I collaged this. This was last night as towards the end of the video, the live video, and there's a stamp in here and a piece of the calendar, the word cute, a daisy, one of the cherries, just things that were all the way through. I explained that flags really, they do make me happy, and the word laugh. And there's nothing on here under it. It's just put on and attached with this paper clip. So this side we have some more of those buildings. And look at that. Isn't that just fun? That's on some packaging, so I'll be able to write. And I just collaged up there at the top. Another canceled stamp, a ticket from a silent auction, and more calendar pages. Here's another page. And I've just stamped at the edge and colored it in. This is from one of the calendar cut-offs. And here's Carol Burnett's new book. Yes, she has always made me laugh. So thought that was cool. This was packaging from that note paper. This was cut out of the magazine. Daisies are my favorite flowers. So Shasta daisies, I love them. And this is another one of these tags, and you can actually see the purple because I had less paper to use, and I just stapled my collage on. And this time I thought the red here was really cool, and so I used the whole part of the envelope, even this stamp, and there's that. We've got the Please Do Not Bend, showing that this is an envelope. And we have the tag that is a tag on a tag. So this little square said new, and it's got some stuff down there. And I added this from the alphabet, from the children's writing page, and then some paper to the back. And then here we have just a little fold out. It's from Bubble Mailers, and I added the tulips to the front and this beautiful teal and the word imagine. And the teal came from, this was the bottom of where all those buildings are, and I was like, oh, I have to use those boats because that just makes, look at how colorful they are and just how cool. And so I've got a little pocket in here that I can add something to if I want to, and it's just folded and it lays in this pocket, so I can just, it'll fold out there. And then I love this. I'm a superhero. I added the daisy. Here's some, it's either, I think it's chamomile, but it might be feverfew. I think it's chamomile. And then this just opens up and I can write in here. And I don't think I did I did a pocket on the, nope, I didn't do a pocket, but it's coming undone, so I'll have to fix that. I was having some trouble with one of my glues. I stapled the word believe here, and then we can add something there. We have this, and look at that. Isn't he cute? That is from the children's book also, the children's writing paper. We have some more of those cupcakes, a coupon from a silent auction, and Dream and the Sweetest. And I just collaged that up, and I could write on there, but it was just so much fun. I was having so much fun collaging using these bright and cheerful items that I had found in my trash. So I made a little pocket out of the rainbow stuff here, and I put one of the egg words, inspire, that's from the egg dyeing kit. We have this silly little dog here in his lobster costume. And then this is games, a couple of games out of the magazine. And what I did was I took the answers, and they're right here in this little, I made a pocket and they're in there, but I can do all those, and then I can still write here. There's one of the stickers, and I stamped on the outside of this page, and I did it more at an angle. Here's another one of the circles cut out of the magazine, and it had a book with a Gerber daisy. I love that. I love this. There's a parrot on the other side, and it was hard to decide, but I really liked the drink, and the fact that it had the cherries on it. That also was, huge. Okay, we have another piece of that In Bloom packaging, and I just covered up some words here with the scarf. And then this was just in something, and so I took it, and I figured I could write on it with one of my white pens. Piece of the calendar. Here's a ball that I cut out of the magazine. Oh, here's a circle place that we could add something. We could do that really quickly by just going like that and adding it down there. And stapling it on. There. So yeah, wherever there's a hole, I like to use it. There's still one up there. I might find something to use that for later. Learn to letter. That's actually on my list. I bought some brush markers, and I want to learn how to do the calligraphy brush marker thing. So that's why I put that in there. Plus, it came from that children's book. There's one of those adorable stickers. This is another one of the tags. I added the Madonna and the baby Christmas stamp, and I added from the egg dye kit, Faith and Love, and there's a hashtag sort of out of Staples, and this is a secret. It's so secret I forgot it was there. Okay, that is a good secret pocket right there. So I can write something on there. I can add a bigger paper to it or more. But look at, I forgot. It was a secret pocket. Here's some rainbow. The other side of the cake. I love this card. It's just a piece of packaging that was left, and I just collaged. This came yesterday in our mail. I was paying bills, and I thought that was really cool. Again, from the egg, from the punch, there's the cupcakes. They were all through the magazine. There were several images of them. And then here we have Hi and this, and just some of, excuse me. You might remember I just pulled out and saved some of the pink paper from the magazine, just pieces that were pink, and so that was one of those. So that is a little tiny place that things can go. Here's a flag, a waving flag, USA Forever, because it's a forever stamp, but I think it's really cool that it says USA Forever. I tried really hard not to staple onto the flag, but I ended up a little bit on there. Here's the little dog again, and this is from the magazine, and this is one of the egg. It's from the cover of the egg dye kit. Here we have a flip up. We have the train stamp, and then we have this pull out made from the copied paper that had only blue ink on it. And the pull is from when I add ink to my printer, the packaging, this is from that, and there's a little tiny piece of the Polaroid paper. Here we'll be able to add something later. Here I just stamped various places, some more of the calendar. Here we have our little tiny book, and it's just got if you open it up, it just has little pages in it. So it's just a little tiny mini journal. It's the packaging from the stamp that I used, and then it has the negative from the cherry stickers, which I think is really fun to use. Here's another one of the packaging from the notepad, the mushroom notepad. Isn't that really pretty though? And I figure I can add something onto that. Here we have, if you pull, okay, how does this work? Gotta remember. Okay, so you pull it up, pull it down, and pull it open. So you pull it up, pull it down, pull it open, and you have a tuck spot, but it has places to write also. So I thought that was kind of cool. Another piece of the calendar back. We covered the horoscope stuff with this beautiful piece from the calendar, and then just added a couple of little tuck tags. And this one, you know, we should go ahead and staple this. I think this was one of the things I was making when the video died. So I'm just going to make a hashtag on the... So I made a hashtag out of my staples. Okay. So that's another one of the things from the ink. This was from the calendar, and it's just on some packaging. Getting towards the end here of the big one. So here's the other side of the coloring page. I put down some more of the California Grown here with the sticker, and the plastic I put down using the ATG gun. So there's the back last page, and then here I have taken the negative of the sticker, and you can write on the back of this particular one. Added some of the scarf and the word wish, and I've put this plastic pocket. Again, I put it in using the ATG gun. This came in the mail, well, it was in the bills because our DMV, this comes from DMV, and these are some of the license plates you can get in California, but I just love this with the poppies, and it was bright and colorful, and then I just added some white paper here and to the back, and so that will give me some places. I chose to put this pocket up so that you'd still be able to see these images. Same with the front. I put the pocket in the front also above those so that we could still see these images that were down here. So that, oh, and then here it says handcrafted. That was from one of the bouquets of flowers from the wedding also. So now we have the little mini, and I just made this. This was with all the scraps that were left on the table. I added some scarf to this paper clip that will help close it, help hold it closed. Here, there's a bookmark in here, and I just added the last eyelet, cut out and added the word play on the front here. And you open it up, and we have the pocket, and we have a couple of tags. This one's using a bread closure, and this is what the tags look like from Stacy from the Scrapbooking Made Simple from the sale. And then these I went ahead and added across these flowers, and figuring that I can add words, because like my favorite word is enjoy, and I didn't find it anywhere, in the magazine to put it anywhere. So I've gone through, and I have a couple places for that. I've added some of the cupcakes. Here we have a little flip, and we have just a couple of a ticket and a scrap that you can write on. This is a tag. This is from the little llamas that I just bought at Hobby Lobby. And I just added some of the hemp string. The word relax, a piece of one of the papers that we cut. This is edged with the yellow pen. This is Project Life packaging and some tissue behind that. And you'll see I made these so that these pages fold out, so they would give me a little extra. There's this one is chamomile. And here's the bookmark for this one, and it's a tag. Also, I think this is a llama tag. Here's a pull up. Here is another one of the tags from Scrapbooking Made Simple, and I just decoupaged, or actually I just put glue down and put the tissue on top of it. Here this image is stamped down here. This is a top tuck, and just added this because there was a really ugly bottle of turmeric here. And this is a photo that I used the part that I wanted, and so I can write on the back of that. I added the crossword puzzle here. These are 3 of the clues for the crossword puzzle, so I put them there. I just added that because I had it that said crossword. This will fold down and I'll be able to do the whole crossword. The really cool thing is right here, this is the crossword crossword words, and I had a glue problem. So these, I did a collage here on this page. This one has a fold out this way with a little tiny place there, and then this folds out, and there's the other clues for the crossword puzzle. Okay, so that is clues for crossword puzzle, this little thing here. Then I just collaged on this, added the sticker there. This flips up and flips up, so you have all that extra room for writing. Added a cupcake here. More writing. I just love this picture. It's really pretty. And I liked this. And I'm looking for a little, my chair, the footprint of my chair is really big. And I'm looking for a smaller one. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll put that in there, because it should have gone up here so that I remember that I'm looking for one. But it's okay. It's in here because I liked that. So then I added some of the pink paper, another one of the little images, some more of the yellow on the edge. And this one, True Living Outdoors Garden. And there you go. So things that make me happy. All things that make me happy. Now the center was the crossword, and I tied, these are off of the egg dyeing kit, and they had the holes in them because they were the place where the circle gets cut out, and there's a little hole. And so yeah, so I was like, oh, they've already got a hole in them, so I can use them. So, and you saw that I put this tag in at this hole, and then the bookmark is, this is elastic, and so it can come out or stay in. So those are some of the little things that I added. And so this is my little mini junk journal. This is made out of true junk. This is all the junk that was left over after I made this. I went ahead and I made this little one. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this flipped through of my journal, made entirely out of junk. And I made it for the Just Junk Journal Challenge. There's still time for you to join us. As of when this video goes up, you have until January 30th to finish your Just Junk Journal. And it does not have to be fully embellished. Your junk journal, a lot of people are making them and just, doing the cover and filling the inside, and that's okay. And then you can use the other items that are out of the parameters of this challenge. So it was really fun. Again, you get to use certain tools. You get to use one type of scissors. So you'll see in every video I was using a different scissors, but they were all straight scissors. If you choose to use fancy scissors, that's what you're using for your whole journal. You don't get to use straight and these for the challenge. You get to use one discarded piece of clothing. I chose the scarf. You get to use one stamp and stamp pad. I chose this stamp here. I couldn't find my acrylic back, so I backed it onto this large wooden stamp. And I used a black stamp pad. So you could use, people were using rainbow stamp pads. That's fine. You get a binding kit. You can use a binding kit. So you choose one string, your needles, 4 clips. So string, clips, needles, and your pokey tool. So if you're using an awl, you get to use an awl, or whatever your pokey tool is that you use for your binding kit. You get to use one punch, and yes, your punch could be a crocodile. So this was my punch, was this, because I wanted those daisies. I was like, that's how I can make it cohesive, is by putting the daisies throughout. One writing pen, so I chose that bright yellow. One magazine, one book, one calendar. I did not use a book. I used a book in some of my embellishment videos, but I ended up not using a book in this particular one. And then packaging of all kinds. Yes, you can coffee dye or tea dye or avocado dye, but we're suggesting that you use leftover coffee, tea, or, but as for adding copy paper, it needs to be, you're using copy paper that would have gone into the trash. You're recycling. So my copy paper, you saw it had the blue because I went to print out that speech, or the research to do that speech, and I didn't have any black ink. So that was mine. You can't, no digital, like rejects from like digital kits, no digital, and no scrapbook paper in this particular challenge. Because the idea, again, was wanting to show those out there that might have found them in a place where they have the time to make a journal, but they don't have all the stuff. So the tools were added that probably most people have a punch of some kind. They probably have a hole punch. And, even a hole punch, you can do really cool stuff with a hole punch. So that being the idea, yes, you can use your sewing machine. I don't have my list here of all the things. I'm just going by what I've got. So again, the full details, there is a video, and it's called the Just Junk Journal Challenge Details. And then we have a Facebook group, the Just Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group. You're welcome to come and join over there. There's some questions that it'll ask you, and that's just so that I know that you're serious and you're not coming in there to disrupt and play havoc with my awesome people that are there. So, yeah, I hope you join us, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that we'll see you in February for the February Fabric Challenge, and it is going to be fun. And yeah, so see you soon. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here. Bye.